an ass kicking contest this week? Michael Magus.
I don't know. I think my odds are possibly actually weaker this week.
Well, you got at least a future functional leg.
Future functioning leg does not translate to actually functioning, though. That's the problem.
We're investing in functionality.
We are investing. Looks like we are live over on the ESR side of things. Now, there you go.
Cha-cha-cha. We got Laissez in le chat. Bonjour.
We have that laissez-passer in the chat. There you go. Well, at least we're getting there. Everybody, we are here at the finale at Zandvoort Grand Prix layout circuit. Famous track. I'll put us on someone who's actually out doing the lap. There's Josiah Jerome. Sporting a new flag this week. He's got Aruba as his flag.
Aruba, Jamaica.
This is the finale of our Super Series here with RWB, ESR, and Tugas, of course. And I would like to talk to you about the championship implications of things going on here. There are. Tobias Thierolf has won the title. He's got 678 points. The next highest is 508. That is a 170-point advantage for those of you keeping track and doing math at home. And I think that there's only 120 points on offer today. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your cheering levels, championship in the bag for the German Rocket. And the former member of the Gronks, who departed us for money.
Money is good.
He's not doing very well with his new team, though.
Financially doing much better.
Financially better, but statistically worse.
Money heals all statistics.
You're not wrong.
I believe Gandhi said that.
Well, I mean, I think Bobby Bonilla probably said that.
Probably true.
So, we're running out of time here in qualifying. Last laps are being done. Tobias Thierolf is on the pole position. He's in the pits. Looks like he's done. Max Haas is second. Bertrand Barrier, Henrik Andreasen, all in the pits. That's your top four. Josiah is still out there trying to do something, trying to make it happen, trying to break that top four. Then you got Matt Al. Matt Al doing real well. Shout out to Matt Al. Sixth place. Yeah, not bad.
It's therapy.
Dirk Greshel, Andrew D, Nigel Wood, Raul, Valoria, RWB Rigel, who is second in the championship, way down in 11th place. Ahead of Andreas Wolf, Ricardo Costa, RWB Marco, and Max Simmons. What is going on, my man? Because you are way down. I don't even mean it's just that he's in last place. He is 6/10 off of the next car. I'm not familiar with this Max Simmons. This young Max Simmons who doesn't get towards the front of the pack.
We have Scotch Nicholson in chat. Good days there.
We do. There is the qualifying results on the screen for you now. So we have dropped the parsec quality, unfortunately. It's not looking great, but we'll power through. We'll power through.
I have to say, why doesn't YouTube have timestamps in their chat? What a ghetto piece of nonsense. And then I found the controls for it. I am the best. I am super hacker.
Well, that's good.
Super hacker, keyboard all the shiny, something, more lyrics.
As we kick off the warm-up here in chat, if you want to demand attention for a driver, feel free. I'm just looking for somebody who's on track right now.
I think maybe finding somebody on track would give you maximum hassle.
Clicking on a bunch of people who are supposedly on track. There we go, Max off. Except he's just pulling over. I guess just probably gauging something to do with his tires, maybe. Small field today, Byron. Only 15 cars. What do you think? Does that lead to give us better racing or worse racing?
Well, I tend to favor the most cars possible because that leads to most entertainment possible. We had like
Not
90
wrong.
cars out there. That'd be fantastic.
Ooh, that would be a freaking zoo.
And we get enough cars that it just turns into one big traffic jam, thus creating the most irony possible.
Those who are not familiar with Zandvoort, I don't know why you wouldn't. We're going to start at the start-finish line, obviously. We're going to head down to Tarzanbach, then to Gerlenbach, then to Huygensbach, Hugenholzbach.
And pick up a couple double bucks.
Then we go through the really fast slot maker Bach section, which is actually really, really challenging, but very little brake action. Marlboro, Renault, the Audi S, and then the R and Lewandijk Bach to bring it on home. Here we go. We're waiting for those green lights, and we got him. We are off.
Are we?
So Max Haas in the gray, and in the black we have Tobias Thierolf as they go into Tarzan side by side.
Oh my God!
And it's going to be Haas. Haas gets the lead. Second place for Tobias. Third place for Henrik Andreasen. No. Bit of a moment there for I think that was Josiah Jerome. Getting a little bit out of screen, getting a little squirrely. Might have been Raul Valoria, though. He is dropping backwards.
I believe Scott has requested that we start seeing some Offenbach. Offenbach? Related to the other Bach. Whoa, a little squirrely.
Tobias Thierolf getting a little bit out of shape there. Yeah, second place, though, for him. Still got Henrik Andreasen on his tail. I'm going to let the auto director take it away, and hopefully it doesn't screw up. Oh. We have possibly lost Max Haas. No, we've been kicked out.
Everything.
We've been kicked out.
We have lost everything. Every single time. Upside down.
All right,
Welcome
back. Let's see if we have anything to report. Haas still leads from Thierolf, Andreas and Barrier, Jerome, Greshel, Al, Steve, Loria, Wood. Not much change while we were gone. RWB Rigel going side by side with Nigel Wood.
Is he related to that other Nigel Mansfield?
Why would you be related to Nigel Mansfield?
I don't know. They're both Nigels.
It's not how names work, sir.
They're both from that region of Earth.
You're probably right on that.
It's either virtually the same person.
Although I'm sure not all Nigels are from the same part of Earth.
Oh, I know a guy named Nigel. His dad was.
I like how the auto directors decided that we really need to get real familiar with the front bumpers of the car. Anyways, on board with Henrik Andreas. No, this is Tobias Thierolf as he chases the race leader Max Haas.
Your boy Scotch Nicholas is cursing race room for us.
Indeed. Well, don't curse race room because then it'll stop working again.
Shakes
Not
fists.
fun at all. Oop, Henrik Andreasen doing a little bit of the ping dance. Stays in third place. Looks like it is settled. Bertrand Barrier in fourth. Jerome, Greshel, Al. Same order for the top 10. Rigel. Simmons is up to 12th. He's your big mover. Andreas Wolf, RWB Marco, and Ricardo Costa. Only one Costa today. Costa doing business has gone down. But half.
Costa going up too much. can only afford one Costa per Costa, and it's not Costa Zoo.
You have the Ricardo and not the Antonio.
Right. I found out Costa Zoo has a son who's now in boxing. I did not know that.
It's kind of good. Oh, no, I don't know. Is it good? It'll be largely dependent on how it actually, all pans out.
Well, it'd be interesting if like Zab Judah had a kid, maybe, and then we can have like the second generation of wars. That'd be
I feel like that never turns out as good as it's supposed to.
You know what? I don't want your negativisms no more. It's too early for them negative waves.
Sir, we got oh Lord, that's Henrik Andreasen having a large power slide over the grass there.
He's been pretty wiggly.
It's gonna be third place for Bertrand Barrio. Yeah, he was doing the ping dance earlier, where his car was like, going from third to seventh, and then popping back up. So I suspect that there is probably some latency issues right now for Mr. Andreasen. He's having a little bit of rough time.
Nate's asking if Raceroom kicked us for ping. We're not sure why, but we did get kicked, but we're back now, so seems to be good.
Yeah, it will ping gate you, both as a racer and as a spectator. So
newest scandal in sim racing.
So that does happen, but we did not get a helpful error message that tells us exactly what the problem was.
Maggle, did you know that Aruba is home to the Aruban rattlesnake?
I
didn't think.
I was gonna say when we get the Aruban facts here, man.
Well, I was just kind of cruising around looking at it.
We got a new country represented on the grid here. We got to take everyone on a geographical tour.
Indeed, they're pretty cool looking rattlesnakes. I just didn't know rattlesnakes were anywhere other than like mainland North America.
Also, interesting fact for you as we start lap number 5 here. Henrik Andreasen has not put up a legal lap yet.
Interesting.
And he still hasn't. That one was also not legal. So he's been sliding around a lot. He's the only guy without a best lap because he has no legal laps.
Scott is cheering for my quote bad puns. Sir, I do nothing but excellent puns. Everybody else's sense of humor is just not as advanced as mine.
Byron is the king of puns.
And I always intend my puns.
Mm-hmm. This is a track that is very, very hard to overtake. So I'm not expecting a ton action to actually happen.
Huh, all right, so they got rattlesnakes in South America too. I just didn't know that. It's one of those things like I didn't at any point even think about, and didn't know it was a fact that I was missing from my brain.
All right, we pick up RWB Rigel defending against Nigel Wood. A legendary battle here with the Jamie Green car versus the Gary Paffett car. I really should at some point look up Jamie Green's sponsor. And also, side note, there are a lot of green sponsors that sponsor Audis in this time period in DTM. Why did none of them get on the Jamie Green train? Come on. Why did he get the Red Bull car and then the orange car?
Because he was sponsored by Dutch Marijuana.
Probably not. Also, if Dutch Marijuana ever sponsored a car, it would have been Renger van der Zand. 100% sure.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Renger van der Zand is a big proponent of the green stuff. And a very talented Dutch driver.
Very nice.
He's actually one of the few guys who went down to V8 supercars in Australia and was like, Bathurst, I got this. And he did pretty well. our producer, has stepped out and has requested that I inform him if we get kicked out.
Will do. We'll just yell really loud.
Really loud. He said DM on the Discord. He's got his phone with him, but he's taking some time outside. Lovely day.
Sounds like a plan. It's blustery
It is
here today.
Well, it's a lovely day here. I'll say that. He's kind of close to me. He is.
Sits in your walls.
No. He's to my southern. He should be having a similar day to me. It's a 20-degree day, sunny. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And yeah, pretty nice. I had a really bad night though last night. The leg was acting up, and my tooth was acting up.
Well, stop biting your leg.
Nah, I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and go down to the dentist and get a big look at the tooth because it's been bugging me for a bit. It's been kind of weird. It's been off and on. Like it'll go away and then come back and I'm or something.
Scott says that Jamie Green was his favorite when he got the DMT because Scott was also living in Germany at that point, and Jamie Green was a British person who bothered to learn German. That's pretty cool.
The track is also not realistic enough without Jos Verstappen hitting on 18-year-old great girls.
Jawohl.
Yeah. Let's not get into what things that Jos Verstappen does. They're almost all not good, and his fame because his son is a really good driver is kind of horrifying.
Don't worry, Rocket Power Mohawk's on it.
It's legitimately weird because like Jos Verstappen's F1 career, for those who are not aware, in the 90s and early 2000s, was distinctly nothing. Like he was around for a while. He raced from 94 to 2003. So like he was here for like a good chunk of time. But it was like as definitely grid filler as Bertrand Barrier goes down Henrik Andreasen goes down the inside of Bertrand Barrier and takes over third place again. But it was like distinctly like filling out the back of the grid. Don't get me wrong, there were some great drives. He was a star of the 2001 Malaysian GP, and if you've never watched that race, Byron, you'd actually enjoy it because it's raining cats and dogs on the circuit.
Are they okay?
They're fine. And the cars are going off like a lot. So it has your favorite. Even Michael Schumacher, the Rainmeister himself, goes off the track at one point, and his teammate goes off the. Oh, Tobias Thierolf going very slowly. What's going on here? He's getting overtaken by Andreasen, Barrier, Josiah Jerome, and possibly Dirk Gresham.
If I was Tobias, I would definitely be driving lackadaisically, swerving everywhere, just having fun.
I mean, Chad has said that Jos Verstappen's career went up in flames, literally. This is true. He was the dude. He was the driver of that car. And I've shown you the video where the car catches fire in the pits.
Oh, yeah.
The fuel gets sprayed out. That's Jos Verstappen. I mean, really, the truth for Jos is that I don't think he ever had like a good technical base for his driving. I think he was very, very fast, very naturally quick. But whenever he was teamed up with somebody who had a little bit more methodical approach to the car, Mika Salo with Tyrrell, for example, Pedro Del Rosa, even during the 2000 campaign with Arrows, he seemed to be the guy who would get like random awesome outings out of the car. Oh, Andrew D off the track. Not sure what happened there, but Andrew D.
He has been destroyed.
He's fine though. He actually didn't lose a spot. He's still behind Matt Al. So no changes there, but did have it off, which will do the tires no favors. But yeah, Jos Verstappen would have like randomly like very, very good outings or whatever. Like if he was your teammate, he would have the best race of the season between the two of you. But quite often you'd just be kicking his ass because like his setup would be trash. By the way, I'm not sure when it happened, but Henrik Andreasen did post a legal lap last time around. So he's got legal laps now. I don't know if it was lap 6, 7, 8, or 9 where he finally got one, but at the latest it was lap 9.
We are joined by Josiah the Aruban Contusion.
The tropical storm of all the Caribbean islands, Josiah Jerome, in 4th place.
Next thing you know, he'll be claiming he'll be from Pitcairn Island.
I think he already did that, didn't he?
No, it's the wrong side of the Americas. Maybe he'll go with St. Helena.
I'm pretty sure he did do St. Helena already.
Oh, never. Maybe. I don't know.
He used to take us on a tour of the Caribbean. Max Simmons trying to find his way past RWB. Actually, that's RWB Marco trying to find his way past Max Simmons. I'm just not really used to Max Simmons, like, seemingly not being able to pull away from a guy like RWB Marco. No disrespect to RWB Marco. Good driver. But we have a very high opinion of Max Simmons that these DTM cars don't seem to maximize. He's not had great results really all season long. Hopefully nothing happens as I take us on this journey, but, like, you know, he's been top 10. He had 10th place back in the opening round, had 10th place, had an 8th place at Norisring, had a 9th place, coming off of back-to-back top 10s last time around, and the 9th in Moscow last time around. So he's been top 10, but we're used to seeing podiums. We're used to seeing top 5s. We're used to seeing wins from Max Simmons, and they're not happening. So it's been interesting to see that. He's kind of been my big letdown driver of the series, honestly.
You and your negative talk all over.
I mean, is it negative when I say I have high expectations for Max? I don't think so.
Maybe. Maybe not.
See, having negative thoughts is like when I'm talking about Mark Labzul.
Yeah.
Or the Toronto Argonauts. Oh!
Nobody thinks about the Argonauts. Don't even lie.
I actually really think the Argonauts are going to suck this season. They're really banking on a guy who, played really, really well in the second half of the Grey Cup to be their hero, but has done nothing else. That being quarterback Chad Kelly.
Notable people of Aruba. Dave Benton, an Aruban Estonian musician. Intriguing.
It's also a baseball player named Chadwick Trump.
Gross. Oh, Xander Bogaerts. He is, I know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the dude from Boney M, also from Aruba. Very cool.
Max Haas still leading the way from Henrik Andreasen, Bertrand Barrier, Josiah Jerome, and Tobias Thurl, top 5. Still don't know what Tobias. If you watch this later on, because you're not watching this right now, I would hope not, anyways. Because if you're driving the car and watching us talk, I'm gonna be a little horrified.
Stoffmill did that once.
He did do that once. Let us know what the heck happened, because you were up in second place, you were looking comfortable, and then suddenly you were, like, very slow and off track.
It's all the booze.
I mean, it's that super mega baseball money that he's got. It's changed him. It's taken his way, his finely honed edge, and he's become a party player.
I mean, he's what? You said he was 800 points out ahead of everybody in the championship race.
Oh yeah, he's got the championship all sewed up. But I mean, at that point, like, but he showed up. He showed up. Come out here and race. Oh.
And now he's making $35 million a year.
Cars have disappeared. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, I smelt that hit coming.
Wow, you're the worst.
I have messaged the Nate. It will be his job to rescue us from this fate.
Indeed. So this Aruban Estonian guy moved from Aruba to the States, did a lot of drumming for the Drifters, Tom Jones, Billy Ocean, Jose Feliciano, and the Platters. Then went to live in the Netherlands because they speak Dutch in Aruba. Met his wife, who's Estonian, and moved to Estonia. What a wild ride. I would think you'd go the opposite direction. Don't you just go and live in a tropical place rather than literally the Nordic area?
One would think.
One would think.
Estonia is supposed to be quite lovely, anyway, so.
Cool. Got to get overrun by the Finns, but you know. Apparently, homie speaks 8 languages. Dang.
That tends to be the case.
English, Spanish, Papamiento, Dutch, French, German, Portuguese, and Stoner.
Cars are loading back in. I'm looking for anyone that's maybe made a move while we were gone. I don't really see anything. One looks cool. One looks good. Raul Valoria picked up a spot over RWB Marco, but otherwise, we're where we were. Oh, I think we might have lost Ricardo Costa.
No, he's right there at the bottom of the list.
He's still there. Okay. It's just he has a weird gap going on here where it's like saying plus and minus. So I assume that meant that he was like in the pits or something. Still out there running. Oh no, he's giving me powers.
Transform and roll out.
I actually don't like it when I have keyboard powers in Parsec. Sometimes it means the mouse sometimes gets sucked into Parsec and refuses to come back. It's like, you have powers now. That means you don't have powers on your computer anymore, huh?
I am all powerful. Within a certain, very prescribed realm of possibility.
Very narrow definition of power.
Indeed. Well, apparently Martin's not racing because he's on the coast and picked up a new designated driver. So that's handy. You can get sloshed as hell.
Indeed.
Or is that Daredevil? I don't know. He just typed in DD.
I assume designated driver.
Maybe.
Oh, direct drive. No, direct drive. Probably.
No. I think what it is he got a little surgery and now he has double D's.
Oh.
It's obviously the easiest and most correct one.
Wouldn't those be new DDs though, as opposed to?
Well, I mean, he is.
Are you suggesting are you suggesting we're going with the motto move?
little Francois and the Francais and sometimes the plural not work good, lah. I'm trying to make allowance for language barrier. Speaking of which. Not saying that Martin is or is not JJ Frankie JJ, but
JJ Frankie JJ.
You know, never seen him in the same place at the same time.
Doesn't look like him. Is Thierolf losing a spot there to Dirk Greshel? He's having some troubles. He really seems to be having some troubles out there, and he is down to 6th place. We apologize for the technical difficulties on our end.
Technically, I am very easy.
There may need to be some conversations had about how we approach this going in the future.
Next time, we're going to suplex the entire internet.
Oh, I mean, that is also an option.
We're going to run the DDoS attack on everything. You're like Snake Plissken at the end of the Escape from LA.
Side-by-side action between Bertrand and Henrik Andreessen, and the Yellow Submarine comes out on top there.
Gummy Snake.
Costa, by the way, is your first man into the pits to make a pit stop.
Probably
As per usual, we here at ESR are always speculating. Will Max Simmons be the last guy to pit? But he's been doing us proud by pitting early in some races when it makes sense. So maybe the days of the constant last man into the pits are over for him. He'll have time still. We have 35 minutes and change, about 35 and a half minutes left in the race. Plenty of time to get their pit stops in. Apparently, Gaston Bolaños and Aaron Phillips walk into the cage in UFC action. That fight could either be horrible or terrible. Or really, really awesome. Like, someone could do something really stupid, because they both do things really, really stupid. Anyways, Henrik Andreas in the pits.
Bites like Gaston. Does arm bites like Gaston.
No one does fight like Gaston Bolaños. I'll say that right now. That's a dude. That's a dude who's gonna throw some spinning back kicks and shit. And he fought in Bellator a bunch of times, and the fights were either like really, really awesome, or the other guy just went, you know what? Nah, we ain't doing this game. I've introduced Devoid to the wonderful world of Black Pants Legion. So.
Gross.
Tex talks about it.
Does he, though?
I mean, he does it a lot.
Not as frequently as I would like.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
It seems to be this really bad habit that a lot of YouTubers are getting into these days, and they're putting these epic 2.5 to 7.5 hour video extravaganzas together. Nobody's got time to watch that. I don't have 2.5 hours to sit down and watch a bunch of stuff about one
divide that
theory.
up. Yeah, you divide that up. I try to keep my podcast and any of the projects really outside of live streaming.
Yeah.
As that is Josiah Jerome popping into the thing.
They get into this vicious circle of, I'm going to make this very extravagant thing, and then nobody watches it, and then they're out a bunch of money because they spent a lot of time and money having it made. They're like, well, if I make it even bigger, maybe next time, and then it just becomes this bloated monster within a year and a half that nobody watches anymore.
Yeah, but sometimes you got subject matter that kind of demands it.
I demand no such thing.
Oh, you could still chalk it up. Let's see here. Where's Andreasen in regards to Josiah? Let's see. Coming around. That would be the Audi S he just went through. Heading down towards the Ari Lewandijk Bach to finish up the lap here. And is Josiah out of the pits already? Okay, let's see. Let's see.
You get him, Josephus.
Does Henrik get jumped here by the overcut? Looking for it. I think he did. Yeah, Josiah's out way ahead of him. Good work by the Josiah pit group. They got that number 17 Audi on pit row and got it done.
You are now free to J-roam around the pit.
In the meantime, Tobias Thierolf is hunting. Dirk Breschel for third on the road. Effectively, this will be about fifth place. Barrier in the pit lane. So here's the interesting thing. We're going to pay attention. Where does Barrier come in? Because Barrier was battling with Henrik Andreasen. We have seen Andreasen lose out by going into the pits early, it seems. Because he got beat out by Josiah Jerome. Does he get beat out by Barrier as well? Or is this a case where Josiah has just pulled an absolute blinder and perfectly timed his pit stop and perfectly made it happen? Or, other thoughts, did he do something in the pit stop that the other guys are not planning to do?
What would they do?
Well, you can obviously do more refueling less refueling to get pit stop shorter. You could also do 2 tires instead of all 4. And Barrier coming out of the pits lane here. Let's see here. where he is in relation to Josiah. Come on, Josiah. No, I think Barry is going to keep it there. So I think really maybe Andreasen just kind of dropped the ball. Although Josiah is really close to Barry. So I think he may have played a binder here. He may be the big winner off the pit stop. Josiah for a podium? Maybe. Has he had one this season?
Josiah for president.
Josiah Jerome's best result. Okay, he did win a race in round 6, so that would be the answer. Where was it? Where were we in round 6? That was Moscow? So he won one of the races at Moscow. So he is a race winner, and he also had a 4th there. So Moscow was a big feeding frenzy for him, and otherwise it's been a little bit quiet. In the meantime, Tobias Thierolf did get around Dirk Breschel and is now the leader because Max Haas is coming to the pit lane. Let's see where Haas comes out of the pits. Also in is Andrew D there in the silver and orange car. And that is one of the black cars. That doesn't help me out all that much coming into the pits as well. It's Andre's.
Do they look better in the shade?
So coming out for Max Haas, he will be quite a bit ahead of Barry, actually. Basically about Tarzan Bach ahead. All right, so Wolf's in the pits, RWB Marco's in the pits, and Andrew D has just exited the pit lane. So about half the field is pitted. Top 7 have yet to pit. Led by this man, Tobias Thierolf. Undeniable pace. Best lap of the day is 32.236. That is the best anyone has done. Thierolf has got it. But there's a couple of guys who are still in the 33s, like Matt Al, RWB Rigel, Nigel Wood, Raul Valoria. It's Thierolf actually coming up to lap Andreas Wolf, so he may want to think about getting in the pits soon. Because, well, frankly, anytime you're starting to get into blue flag traffic, you're starting to lose time on your overcut. Because you're going to have to make your way through that traffic, and you're going to probably lose time doing it. So I would, if I were him, I would think about getting in the pits. Meantime, Ricardo Costa trying to hunt down RWB Marco for 14th place. Raul Valoria into the pit lane.
Bro.
Third car in this order is Max Haas, who is the effective leader in the race. So, not anything to be concerned with.
But he's not even in the top 5.
Let's find out. Is that... Oh, no, that's not Max Haas. Who is the other Puma car, is the question. By the way, Max Haas behind Max Simmons. Simmons, of course, yet to pit. Thierolf and Greshel are in the pits. Mad Al will take a turn. Okay, it's Mad Al who's out in front. All right. Never mind. That's Mad Al who's in front of him. Mad, you might want to get in the pits.
It's fine.
You're kind of not really driving away from the lap traffic right now on fresh tires. Max Simmons is in. So it will not be Max Simmons who is the last pit stopper today. It'll either be Matt Al, Nigel Wood, or I think it's literally just those two. I was kind of setting it up for a third person there, but I believe it is just those two.
What about Giuseppe, the livable kart driver?
I mean, if you're just going to invent people, sure.
I think I will.
Please continue.
I might. I might not.
Bertrand Barrier is up on the tail of Dirk Breschel, who's just rejoined the race from the pit lane. Breschel's jumped a couple of spots. Thierol's jumped a couple of spots as well. So their overcut worked out pretty well. I do think they maybe went, RWB Rigel speeding in the pit lane, drive-through penalty. That's a big one. That's a big one for the man who is second place in the championship. And there may not be a championship to fight over, but there is a second place championship to fight over between RWB Rigel and Bertrand Barrier.
Winner leaves town. No, wait. Loser leaves town? DMT on a pole net.
I feel like it depends on the town on this one.
That is correct.
Winner and loser leave this town because this town sucks. There you go.
Correct. Because you got to do the next show in the next town the next night.
Mm-hmm. You are correct. That is the way pro wrestling works.
This is the way.
My ibuprofen's starting to wear off.
Time for the heroin.
Time for another ibuprofen at the top of the hour.
That is correct.
So after this race, ibuprofen, and also throw my potatoes in for the fight snack.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Eat whole ass potatoes.
I've got a thing of President's Choice potato wedges. They are delicious and easy to prepare. And I normally slather them up with garlic eels, but I don't have any. So it'll just be
Just whole garlic cloves.
Well, no. The plan is going to be some paprika and some Montreal steak spice, and probably what else am I put on the thing? Maybe some garlic salt.
I think this is a very extravagant way for you to cover up the fact that you're just going to be eating whole ass potatoes like they were apples.
They are not whole ass potatoes. They are wedges, sir. Although I will absolutely eat whole ass potatoes.
Because you've seen The Martian way too many times.
Pit stops have been handled. Max Haas leads for Josiah Jerome. So Josiah did end up winning big in that pit stop sequence. He's got Henrik Andreas on his tail, though, so he's got work to do. Tobias Thierolf up to 4th, Dirk Breschel to 5th. Bertrand Barrier dropping back to 6th place. Andrew D 7th, Matt Al, Nigel Wood, and Andreas Wolf into the top 10. RWB Rigel, I believe, still has a penalty to serve. The man who has fallen to the back of the pack, interestingly enough, is Raul Valorian. He's down to 15th place. Battling with arch nemesis Ricardo Costa in the Great Iberian Battle of Spain versus Portugal.
Loser leaves and joins France.
Well, let's not do that.
It's not up to me. It's up to them. And France.
Don't get France getting back in the colonial things. Henrik Andreasen looking down the inside, and he's got it. So Josiah relegated to 3rd with Tarzan Bach. For the back, I feel like Bertrand Barrier really would like to come through against Dirk Breschel back in the top 5. He would love to take advantage of RWB Rigel having an off day to take that 2nd place in the game. Represent BMW. Andreasen lost out to Theorolf. Or not Theorolf, Josiah. I would have stuck with this had I known Josiah was going to pass it back. I just didn't think he would. There's not a lot of great overtaking spots on this track, so I wonder if Andreasen made a mistake. He also seemed so assured and confident as he was coming for that position.
There are no mistakes, just tropical accidents.
No mistakes, just Zool.
That too.
Remember to congratulate my co-host, Byron the Bizarian.
What now?
He's doing a Ghostbusters reference. Bertrand getting very, very close. Now, he needs to stay very tucked in, very tight, and basically set up for that move into Tarzan, because Tarzan is the best overtaking spot on this track, really bar none. It's this place you want to go for it. And additionally, not for nothing, we have DRS here, which is drag reduction system, which makes you go faster in a straight line and facilitates a lot of overtakes. If you're Bertrand Barrier, you cross the line, you get your 3 DRS because you have to be within 1 second of the car ahead to get that. And then you make the overtake stick at Tarzan, and then you've got DRS to try and pull away from. So that's a great plan that I think he should probably follow and see if he does. Costa's been overtaken by Valoria, who is back out of the cellar. Thinking about a move. I think that's really on, though. They make their way through the Audi S and head on down to the final 2 turns of the lap.
Where they will be required to contact their lawyers for advice.
I don't think Bertrand is close enough this time. Might have to wait till next lap to pull off the move I talked about.
The slingshot.
It's called the torpedo at Tarzan.
Give them the helicopter. They're always impressed with the helicopter.
He might have it here as they head down towards Audi S. Yeah, he's got it. Never mind. Don't let me tell you how to drive, Bertrand, because you just pulled off an overtake that probably is the overtake of the race rank. Lovely work.
And don't let your son go down on me.
Moves into 5th place. By the way, Henrik Andreasen back ahead of Josiah Jerome. Let's see if Josiah can get him back at Tarzan. Looks like he will not have the DRS to do that. So he needs to stay within that second, tight, get the DRS back, think about making the move into Tarzan. But of course, Bertrand did just prove me completely wrong. So, keep that in mind.
Monsieur Bertrand, he drove the car real fast. Look.
So it's Haas in the lead with 16 and a half minutes to go. Andreasen and Jerome battling out for 2nd place. Birolf is in a pretty comfortable 4th place ahead of Barrier, then Greshel, D, Maddow, Nigel Wood, Andreas Wolff. I'm just looking down the field here, trying to find some other battles. There isn't really another one going on. So Josiah and Hendrik, the stage is yours, my friends. This is going to be camera on you for next little bit. Like Dirk Greshel is still close to Bertrand Barrier. Take a look at that. But given how Barrier got past him, I just don't think it's likely that he'll strike back at him unless Barrier makes a mistake. Granted, we've seen Barrier make mistakes. It's kind of a hallmark of his. He drives really close to the edge, and sometimes when you drive right up next to the sun, it gets a little bit hot. And he makes mistakes. You hit a curb a little bit too hard, lose a little bit of traction, and you open a door. I don't think Greshel has the pace to get it done. Although he was faster, although he was about a tenth faster last lap.
Drive too close to the edge, and then Bono gets upset, and the next thing you know, you get like a protest record out about you.
Fastest lap last time around was Elias Therold, who has cracked into the 31s once again. 891 last time around. It's a lap comparison here. Greshel was, again, a little bit quicker. So the pressure's on. Let's see if we can get it done. Josiah Jerome also got the pressure on. Andrew D is putting up some very good laps right now. He's running in 7th place, but looking like he might fancy a top 6. Oh! Andreasen getting very squirrely. Josiah's got DRS as well. And heading down to the Audi S, it's 2nd place for the Yoruban once again.
Aru. Jackson with charisma.
Josiah Jerome doing his best to become ESR's version of Bertrand Gachot.
I don't know what that means.
He was a Formula One driver who raced under 5 different flags in his career.
Points. Just keep getting kicked out of countries.
I have no. He raced under the European Union flag at one point, which was very.
Sir, I'm afraid we're gonna have to deport you. Yeah, it's nothing to do. Second one this month.
He raced under a French flag, a Luxembourgian flag, a Belgian flag. I think he was Belgian.
Belch.
Bertrand Gachot. Born in Luxembourg, raced under a Luxembourg flag, then a Belgian flag, French flag, European flag. I swear there was a 5th. I guess it looks like there was like 4.
He was born a poor black child.
In a 1991 interview, Gachot said, "I'm not really one nationality. I feel very much a European. But today, to accept the European is not yet a reality, certainly from a legal point of view." Gachot is also the guy who gave Michael Schumacher his first chance in F1 by spraying CS gas in a taxi driver's face.
That's not good.
He got into an argument with the taxi driver, sprayed him with the gas, ended up going to Brixton Penitentiary. That in 1991 was why Michael Schumacher got a shot at the Belgian Grand Prix, because Gachot was in jail and Eddie Jordan needed a replacement driver.
Sounds like a good time.
Andreasen going down the inside, looking for 2nd place once again here at Tarzan. And Josiah hanging on. Greshel is still sticking with Bertrand. So I thought that this was not really going to be a battle. I'm wrong. Greshel is like, don't you dare turn your back on me. He is having his Lance Henriksen moment from Alien vs. Predator. And we'll probably be cycling between those two battles for the remainder of the time here. Basically, whichever one has a closer gap is where I'll direct the camera.
Can you do that on a second basis.
No, probably not.
Fair enough. At least you're honest. Speaking of honesty, Michael, how is your narcotic intake with your leg amputation?
Actually, very low.
Fair enough.
There's really not a lot of pain post-surgery to discuss, really. It's just kind of, it feels unnaturally tight. That's how I would describe it. Like, it doesn't hurt particularly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have a sequel to Angels in the Outfield. Because it involved, like, high jumping or something.
As Josiah moves the inside here to deny the inside line to Tarzan. Should defend easily. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason that, like, for the tooth, I'm taking ibuprofen. Like, if they gave me better stuff, like, we'd be taking better stuff.
Oh, yeah, I got some stuff. You want some stuff? I got some stuff.
I know you got some stuff.
I have some stuff saved. At some point after injuries and surgeries and stuff, I get sick and tired of the pain meds. And I just quit cold turkey, which drives my mother, the nurse, crazy because I go through DTs and I get angry and stuff. Were you going to take one right now? I don't want to take rah rah. It's always because at that point I'm definitely in the DTs and I'm all agitated and stuff.
Been there, done that. But yeah, no, nothing really for this one, to be honest. It's
Fair enough.
Tobias, by the way, is catching up with his battle for second place. So Josiah and Henrik might want to settle this out and take podiums before the man from Germany decides to, do what Germans do.
The German.
But yeah, no, nothing really. They didn't even prescribe me any pain meds. If there was pain, I'm supposed to go back. Honestly, the verdict is if I'm in pain that requires pain management, something has gone wrong, essentially. And so it's not about giving me the meds. It's like no, we want you to come back. There's notable pain.
Indeed, we got your boy the Lucky Seven in chat wants you to have some good old ketamine.
Oh, ketamine is great. My first experience with ketamine was when Kyle, my brother, got it, and started thinking my dad's gut was pickles.
Nice.
Very, very weird. He was like, poke it and going pickles. Tobias is getting really close now. And also was calling his orderly the Monopoly guy. So he was high as a guy. No.
Or did he collect you it up?
I don't know. That was for my brother's first or second broken arm. The first one was off the monkey bars. And
they gave him ketamine for a broken arm?
Yeah.
How broken?
It was very broken. It was an ass.
All right.
It was one of those ones where I was not there when he got hurt, but he came into the house and according to my mom, it went something like this. I think my arm's broken. And he held it up, and she went, "Yes, it is broken."
I broke my arm once skateboarding when I was very young, and it was just I guess it was.
Excuse me a moment. Hendricks got the inside line. Tobias is going for a 3 wide here. This could be really, really interesting into Tarzan. Is Tobias going to get both of them?
Oh, baby.
He might do it. He got Henrik. I think Josiah's going to keep him off for now.
Woo.
That was brave as shit by Tobias Thierol. And smart, and to be honest, smart by Henrik Andreasen, because I think if he pushed that could have ended in tears. But continue your story.
Oh, there's not much to it. I don't remember them giving me anything in terms of pain meds. I think we went home and I just took Tylenol.
Yeah, I don't think my brother got anything for the first one, but his second broken arm of the 3 was a bad one.
Yeah, mine was not even close to being that bad.
I always wonder what the people who owned the cottage that we went up to every summer thought, because 3 out of 4 years we come up and Kyle's got a broken arm. All the cops. No. Every time it was his own doing. It was twice skateboarding and once falling off the monkey bars.
Very nice.
It's what happens when you also skateboarding also got him in trouble because one year both me and him got impetigo at the cottage, and mine wasn't so bad. It got into a shaving nick and got infected. Famously, I gave it to Chris Fitch. Hang on, bias going down the inside, and he says, "Yes, I'll take second place. Thank you very much. Thank you very much." Everybody needs to realize when Tobias is behind you, the Germans are coming. But anyways, my brother got it really bad because obviously swimming in the same body of water that I got the impetigo off. He had come up to the cottage that year with like massive scrapes all over his back from a skateboarding wipe out. So he had the impetigo, whereas I had it like just a little bit in my chin. He had it everywhere down his back. It was pretty hilarious. Mine only ended up being funny because, you know, Chris and Jeremy came up for the grappling. Chris from Texas comes up for the grappling match, and it's like, we should probably not do this. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this and we're putting it on YouTube, and I'm going to embarrass you. Like, okay. And I'm not going to lie, he did embarrass me, but he did get impetigo. He's a dumbass who kept going for chokeholds on my impetigo scabs.
He's a dumb sewer rat. That's what he is.
Josiah losing control a little bit there through the Audi S, and Henrik Andreasen says, I will take third place. Further back, RWB Rigel's making it interesting for that final spot in the top 10. He's on the tail of Andreas Wolf. That'll go down to the wire, I think. 3 minutes to go in the race. And Dirk Rushel is up on Bertrand Barrier with Andrew D right behind.
Directed by Dick Wolf.
This the Law and Order phase or the Chicago?
Both.
Well, yeah, he did do both. I'm just trying to get a timeline.
Oh, that.
Although interesting, I actually had not realized this. One of the new lead detectives on Law and Order is your boy Jeffrey Donovan.
Oh yeah, I think I came across that. And didn't Anthony Anderson do some stuff on there?
He was there, yeah, for a bit. But the current combo is a black dude. I'm sorry, I've never seen you in anything. Don't know the actor's name. And Cosgrove, played by Jeffrey Donovan, who is Michael Weston from Burn Notice, and should just be in more things. He is.
He is awesome in Sicario.
Mm-hmm.
It was the typical. I've been doing this way too long and nothing faces me. Agent.
Side by side, Andreas Wolf and RWB Rigel. Rigel with a brave overtake there. Brass balls. Get the job done. So we got some people. We got some people pulling some stuff out here today. I appreciate that. This is a track that doesn't have a lot of opportunities to overtake, and people are making it happen.
Tell me the theory, Wolf. Go on, come for that ass. Well, the word on the street.
Lucky 7 has also given me the oil of cloves idea, which, yeah.
What you need to do is just get a whole mouthful of cloves and just chew on that for 3 hours.
I have been told that.
Don't do that.
I do have some cloves. I might try like a 1 or 2. I'm gonna get 2.
Your mouth will be
Josiah.
Very clove.
Josiah Jerome picking up third place there after a mistake by Henrik Andreasen.
You will have a cloven palate. I'm the worst at being the best. Oh wait, I'm the best being the worst.
Coming down to the end here, we got a lot of action going on here down to what is probably the second and final lap here. And everybody's doing a really good job. Let's see here. Where's Max Haas? Are we going to get another lap?
Yes. No, maybe.
I think we will. He's making his way through the Audi S. I think he'll make the start-finish line in the last 30 seconds or so. So these guys might have one more lap to scrap it out for 5th place. That is Barrier in the yellow, Reschel in the black, and D in the silver and orange. Further back, Raul Valoria is putting the pressure on Max Simmons. That's for 12th place. Minor position, but hey. There's some bragging rights on the line there. Looks like Josiah has pulled a second and a half out ahead of Andreas, since I think he is good to go. And Max Haas on the final lap I was going to say, that is not Tobias Thierolf on his tail. Okay. It's going to be like, if Thierolf has gotten on his tail, my lord, man, have mercy on the people. Oh, Henrik Andreassen's in the pit lane. Has he cut his fuel way too short? Because he might be doing a splash and dash here at the end. That would explain why Josiah was pulling away from him so much. And, right, he's not retired. Henrik Andreassen, if you watch this, please inform us what happened. Was it fuel? Was it damage? What is the deal? Why are you in the pits? As Max Simmons has lost out to Raul Valoria. Missed that because we are looking at this three-way scrap for what is now 4th place between Bertrand Barrier, Dirk Reschel, and Andrew D. This is, by the way, pretty important because Barrier is trying to get up into 2nd place in the championship and bypass RWB Rigel back in 9th place. Andreasen has rejoined the race at 11th place. Checkered flag is out. Max Haas is your winner. I believe for the first time this season.
Michael, I have good news for you. Your boy Gaston absolutely decisioned the other guy.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to go back and watch that, honestly, if it's a decision, because
29, 28.
Those are two guys that I don't want to see go to decisions.
And 30, 27. So somebody was wrong.
So Tobias Thierolf and Josiah Jerome will join Max Haas on the podium. Bertrand Barrier, Dirk Reschel, Andrew D. Mad Al is done. Nigel Wood finishes in 8th place. RWB Rigel in 9th. 10th place for, well, maybe not. Andreas Wolf's got Andreasen right on his tail. So Andreasen versus Andreas. Battling it out for 10th place here. Through the final bit, I don't really think that there's an opportunity to make an overtake stick here. Yeah, this is the final turn. Whoa! Henrik tried. He tried. But Andreas Wolf will take home 10th place ahead of him. Raul Valoria in 12th. Max Simmons in 13th. And bringing up the rear will be RWB Marco and Ricardo Costa, who were lapped. So big day for Max Haas. Big win.
Look at that British finish.
And let's have a look-see here. Was that Haas's first win of the season? It was.
I think we need to get the stewards involved. There may be some collusion between the British people.
Matt, I don't know about that. Those guys. If it was collusion, you'd think RWB Rigel.
That's how you know it's a real conspiracy. Because, I mean, how better disguised would it be than?
Oh, never mind. Max Haas actually has two. Had a win last week at Nürburgring too. So this is his 2nd in a row again this season. Very, very nice. And 3 straight podiums standard as well. Did a 2nd place in round 4. Forgive me, I forget what racetrack that was. And then he missed the Moscow and round 5 races. So championship standings wise, Thierolf wins it from RWB Rigel. So Max Haas moves into 3rd. Bertrand Barrier, I was talking about him moving into 2nd place. He actually ends up dropping a spot down to 4th. Josiah Jerome, 5th place. Dirk Reschel, Antonio Costa, Andrew D, Nigel Wood, and Max Simmons, your top 10. And then in the Constructors' Championship, Audi with your victory today. BMW 2nd place, Mercedes 3rd, and of course the DTM entry, which I think is just Max Simmons bringing up the. So we will end the stream over on ESR. And it already has been ended on RWB.
Dun dun.